Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
At the beginning of the 21st century, the Umbrella Corporation had become the largest commercial entity in the United States. 9 out of every 10 homes contain its products. Its political and financial influence is felt everywhere.
Owen Rice presents Worst Corp Ever, a survival horror podcast about the Umbrella Corporation.
We're sharp. Watch out. Watch out. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to our second episode ever of Worst Corp Ever.
Worst Corp 2.
Worst Corp 2
Even
Apocalypse.
worser. Yeah, Apocalypse.
Yeah, that's right, guys. We're covering Resident Evil Apocalypse, the
Yes.
sequel to Resident Evil from 2004, I want to say.
Yes. 2004, directed by Alexander Witt.
What else has he done?
Let's find out.
Okay. It also stars the guy from The Mummy. And
It sure does.
yeah, and Mila Jovovich and a bunch of white guys.
Tons of white dudes.
Yeah, mostly villainous white guys, some CGI dogs.
And also just some regular dogs with like gory blankets on them.
That
which
is correct.
It's the funniest thing in the world to me.
Yes, this is brought to you by one of our Patreon subscribers and our producer of this show, Owen Rice.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Owen. Thank you so much. And the point of this show, which we probably should explain, is we're going through all the Resident Evils and we're taking a look at them as, you know, people from the perspective of people working in the Umbrella Corporation and kind of dissecting it from the inside out and why they're doing the things they're doing. And spoilers, they're not very good.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
None of the things they do.
Mm-hmm. Tom, where are we on that director?
He's a second unit director. He's done virtually nothing.
Oh, good for him.
In terms of being the director, he's been second unit on a ton of films and continues to work as a second unit director. But this is like one of the only movies he's actually directed.
Oh, okay. This podcast comes in 2 sections. We're going to spend, I don't know, like 15 minutes just talking about the movie, our impressions of it. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we're going to take you into a magical world of imagination.
Yep.
Where we talk about the goings-on in this movie from the perspective of people working at the Umbrella Corporation. We're going to become completely different people.
Right. It's going to be total immersion. You're going to be amazed.
Total.
You're going to be like, wait, what happened to Tom and Dave? Who are these two guys? And it's still going to be us. It's still going to be us.
Spoilers.
We're just going to be deep in character.
Right. We had to do a disclaimer. People got very confused last time. So, you know, we want to give you a heads up. You know, people were like, we want Tom and Dave. Who are these guys?
Are these two new guys? No, they're not. They're the same.
Tom, we've hit the limit of Resident Evil films you've watched in the past, right?
Yes.
That's exciting. What did you think of this one?
This one is extremely silly.
Yes.
It's bad.
Yes.
It has it's kind of entertaining sometimes as a monster movie.
Yes.
But overall, it's incredibly stupid.
Yeah, I think I might like this movie better than the first one.
I definitely do. Yeah, I thought the first one was boring.
Yeah, this got a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's some of the worst action I've seen in a while.
Yeah, the action's real bad. This is very 2004.
Yes, it's so the action is like a spoof. Like it's like in like 30 Rock, if they're showing someone else doing an action movie, this is what they would look like.
Man, the scene when Mila Jovovich bursts through the stained glass window of the church with a motorcycle.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, just from the beginning.
Okay.
Just from the very beginning. Point one. Why the hell does she do that?
Yes.
She has no idea there's anybody in that church. She has no idea there's any monsters in that church.
There's a few options. Basically, they're fighting a monster in a church, and Mila Jovovich's not introduction to the movie, but introduction to the characters.
To these characters,
she bursts in through a stained glass window riding a motorcycle. It means one of three things. It means she was walking by the church or had stopped her bike at the church, heard noise inside, like got real close up. Mm-hmm. And instead of just busting in, she decided to get on her bike, back up, and drive it through.
Yeah.
It's either
you don't want
that,
to just go in like she was like, no, I gotta do something cool.
Yep. Either that or she was just riding by, somehow amazingly sensed or heard some sort of commotion. Mm-hmm. And just, took a right and just went through. The third is that she just had an accident. Like, the third option is that it was just a happy coincidence that she was just driving her bike through that window.
She was trying to jump her bike and just fucked up.
Yeah.
Crashed through a window.
Those are the three options. There's a lot of action introductions in this that are just amazing. Detective Valentine, the hot detective who wears like really low cut tank top all the time.
Yes.
Her introduction is there's a police station and they're dealing with the zombies, and she walks in all sexy like, and without even scanning the area, without assessing anything, immediately starts shooting people in the head.
Yep.
And they go, "What are you doing?" She goes, "They're infected." Which first of all, does she know it's an infection that there is no cure?
No. I think she's surprised to learn that there is a cure later.
Yeah. But like, if there's like a fever that breaks out, does she do this?
Yeah, she just kicks open the door of the hospital and starts executing folk.
She's like, "They're infected." And they're like, infected. With the flu. Jesus. She barely looks at them before shooting. It made me wonder how many like tweakers that she accidentally shot on her way there.
Oh, she's never accidentally shot anyone.
That's a good point. Like, she just
she's just shooting people.
She basically just shoots anybody that she sees who's not a cop.
Essentially, yeah.
And that's her introduction as a bad cop.
Yeah.
Like an extremely bad cop.
Right. She also, well, the first time we see her, we don't see her face. We just see her like walk into her house and like take off her high-heeled shoes and put her keys down. So the movie's like trying to explain to us why she's wearing this ridiculous outfit.
Right.
Well, not ridiculous, but thoroughly inappropriate for like an action adventure setting.
Yes.
And it's like, I guess the implication is she was out and she's just coming home, but that's like clubbing wear, and it's the middle of the day when she gets home.
Yeah, and there's also a pandemic in progress.
Yes.
Like, yes. So what is she doing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I bring it up. Like, what the hell was she doing going to a club in the middle of the day, in the middle of a pandemic?
Yeah, the movie had no good reason to dress her like that, but they were like, but we're gonna, so.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah. The introduction of the mummy guy who plays a SWAT team member, an umbrella SWAT team member, which we'll talk about. His introduction is he jumps out of a helicopter.
Oh, he sure does.
To save a woman who's already bit. So she's dead. And she's the one who's like, "No, you idiots. I've been bit." And she jumps to her death. His badass introduction, he jumps from the helicopter, but it's okay because he tied himself to a rope.
Right. He's got a rope on his back. That's like not slowing him down at all.
Nope.
He just has a rope on his back.
He falls like 50 feet and then the rope just snaps tight. And he stops, and it's like, yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, and he's fine.
We don't like kill people based on dropping them really far with a rope tied on them or anything. No, that's a totally safe thing that wouldn't break a bone. It's both of the badass intros are things where I was like, I'm not sure you should be doing that. He would have just gone limp, right? He would have snapped his back.
Yeah, his like fucking spine would have exploded.
And they would have looked down and been like, I don't know why he did that. Now we have to drag him around in this helicopter and just his limp body just hanging from the helicopter for the rest of the movie.
That would have been pretty great.
It would have been amazing.
Just dangling off of it like a fishing line.
Yeah.
Trying to catch some zombies.
There's a lot of dumbasses in this. There's also the other SWAT guy, that dipshit who got maimed by a dog because he couldn't look to the side slightly.
Yeah, that was another fucking all-time moment. Like, he has this badass sequence where he takes out one dog and like a bunch of zombies. And then he like gives her like this dramatic salute, and he's like, Nikolai reporting for duty, and then immediately gets killed by a dog.
Right. And it's one of those movie things where the dog comes from off frame.
Yeah.
But he's like looking in the direction.
Yeah. He's facing where the dog is coming from.
Right. He's just so like hypnotized by this other hot cop that he apparently couldn't see, like, in the side of his vision, a probably fairly loud dog just running at him. But it's okay because they end up blowing those dogs up.
Yeah.
A lot of dog murder, you guys.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of undead dogs in this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I don't know if I wanted to bring this up in our next section, but this just seems like a legitimate plot hole. Mm-hmm. And I guess I'll bring it up right now.
Do it.
What happened in that graveyard?
I don't know. The movie goes back and forth between Resident Evil rules, which is that the zombies are caused by a virus that you have to be exposed to, and Night of the Living Dead rules, in which anybody dead just comes back to life.
Right.
Because it happens in the graveyard, and then it happens at the end with Jared Harris. Like, he comes back to life even though he got shot. He didn't get bit.
Oh yeah, and Jared Harris is in this.
He
Jesus
sure is.
Christ. Yeah, that's madness, right? Because the whole movie they talk about it as the T virus. It's a virus.
Yeah, it's a virus.
And in the first movie, they had to inject it directly into bodies, and then those bodies would then...
Well, the initial outbreak is airborne.
You're right, it is airborne. Okay, so let's say it's airborne.
Well, but even if it's airborne, a dead body doesn't aspirate, so it can't...
Exactly. And they're also buried. So, like, Jared Harris, I get, maybe.
Well, maybe, but then everybody would be a zombie.
Right,
everybody would turn
right,
into a zombie if it was still airborne.
That means they're all zombies when they die. They might still have a few good years in them. Isn't the idea that if you're infected, you're good unless you die?
No, you die.
You just die from the infection. Okay.
After a little bit,
but you're fucking right, is that... Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And then it super doesn't make any sense with the bodies, because it's like, okay, maybe it's airborne. Maybe it got somehow in the air. That means everybody is infected, but I don't see how it still could have gotten 6 feet under in graves.
Right, to all the bodies in the graveyard.
Yeah. Unless
that was just straight up madness.
Yeah, unless the Umbrella Corporation was like, yeah, we pumped it in the soil of a graveyard. Not sure why we did that, but we thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, we just wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah. My final thought about the movie is, do you think it's in Mila Jovovich's contract that she has to be naked in a lab for all these films?
I guess.
Okay.
I've only seen these two, so I don't know if there's any more nude laboratories.
I think
in the rest of the series.
I'm almost certain there is at least one other nude laboratory. It's just a weird pattern that I'm noticing as I'm watching these films. Mm-hmm. I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty sure there's more nude lab stuff. It's just very strange. Those are my overall thoughts on this movie.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that Nemesis had big old Frankenstein boots.
Yeah, we'll get to... I want to talk about that. Yeah. I want to talk about Nemesis a lot.
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts on Nemesis.
I was very excited for you to learn what Nemesis was.
Well, I think part of me knew because I had seen this film in the past, but I must have blocked it out. There was no way. It's one of those things where
that's the kind of thing your brain tries to protect you from.
Yeah, where it's like, surely that's not what that was. For people wondering this plot, which I guess we could explain, you should just watch this. By the way, it's on Netflix. It's free.
Yeah.
If it's free if you have Netflix. This is basically the apocalypse right after the first movie, and
yes,
what we're watching is Mila Jovovich wakes up. She goes out and basically kind of groups up with other survivors who have all made a deal with Jared Harris that if they get his daughter out of the zombie zone, he will help them escape, and that they're going to nuke the city and cover it up. And while this is happening, the Umbrella Corporation releases Nemesis to fight Alice, Mila Jovovich's character, and we learn that Alice is also something they've created.
Yeah.
Or she's programmed like Nemesis.
She's not programmed, but they have...
At the end, it seemed to imply that she might be.
Well, that's the new Alice.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah.
There's a clone. It's a clone. We'll get more into that in the other movies, too, by the way, Tom. Cloning becomes a whole thing.
Oh, good.
Yep.
I was worried that these movies would become easier to follow.
No, don't you worry. It's gonna get real fucking weird.
Oh, it's gonna be indecipherable before too much longer.
So yeah, that's the film, and I guess it's time, right?
Yeah, I guess it's time.
All right, let's get into character here.
All right. Let me do the transformation here. Okay. All right.
It's time to discover.
I'm putting on a tie.
Okay, good.
I'm real method. I'm like De Niro.
Oh yeah. No, you've been like this for days. You won't respond to me unless I call you by your character's name, Tom.
I know. Yeah. Exactly.
This. Yeah.
And I know which one is which. I can tell when you're speaking to me and when you're speaking to my character.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go into the second Umbrella Corporation employee meeting thing.
Yeah.
Hi Tom.
Hello, Dave.
How are you holding up in these weird tents they're making us live in now?
Yeah, I gotta tell you, it's been a little stressful having to be moved out of our offices in haste. Because our bosses blew up the city.
Yeah, they totally did. I guess did they own the city?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think so.
Well,
they owned. I tell you what, they did own. They owned a nuclear warhead.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know where they bought that. Oh, they probably made it.
If we're
probably making these fucking things.
If our company is making them, why are we also doing these weird super soldier stuff?
Right? Like why are we going to the trouble to make a fucking 9-foot Frankenstein to go in and just kind of slowly stomp around and kill, like, I don't know, our enemies, I guess?
Yeah.
When we have nukes that can just blow up an entire town.
Right.
And also, if we're making nukes at the same time we're making these weird monsters that nobody wants to buy, why aren't we selling the nukes?
Right.
Somebody will buy those.
Did we buy the nukes? And in that case,
I don't know.
Do we have a deal? Because, we have this whole city that we seem to have a lot of monitoring devices around.
Yeah, we got cameras all over the place.
We built a wall around the city, which you'd think if you were living in this city, like no one seemed to question the wall. Were we? I assume we were giving them like better rent or something.
Like I mentioned last week, man, I'm pretty sure we're microdosing everybody.
Oh, that checks out.
Because I mean, we are giving away like free iPads, I guess, or maybe people are just. You know how crazy people get over Apple? Like I think people are just bug fucking nuts for Umbrella.
Right.
People voluntarily put Umbrella stickers on their car.
Yeah.
They've turned it into a lifestyle.
Right. People are just really into our technology. And why wouldn't they be? We have software, security software that's so advanced that it requires a 6-digit password.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that you can type in on your Sony Vaio.
Yeah. For
Top
your level
of the
6
line
entry
machine.
Like really, I don't know. I've gotten very nervous about our security lately. Everything seems to require like 7 or 6-digit codes. Like it feels like at any point a group of random people could just show up with fake IDs and like just take something.
Oh yeah.
Just show up in a car with a little
like
kid.
A person. Take like a person.
Yeah.
A whole person.
But seriously, I heard when they reopened the Hive, they sent 8 people.
Also, here I wasn't quite clear on why they sent another team to open the Hive, because we already knew what was down there. We already knew what happened.
Apparently
we already sent one team down there. They all died.
Yeah, but Tom,
we got 2 monsters out of it.
They had a T-virus contamination reader, and it said there was no T-virus contamination. And then they opened the door, and it said there was T-virus contamination. So how could they have known? It's not like we have a remote detection computer that like shows the contamination levels later. And I don't know. If this was a movie, I'd call it a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like
you can only find that out by physically opening the doors
and just standing there with the door open. Why did they do that?
Yeah, I don't know. And they only sent like 3. They brought a team of 8 with guns. Good thing they had guns. Yeah. And then they just opened it up and sent 3 people in. That's why we had to blow up that's why my condo is under rubble right now.
I know, man. I didn't even get a chance to pack my fucking Xbox.
No, yeah. They didn't give us any chance. I have to buy a new one. They just fucking they like pinpointed us.
I'm gonna expense it to Umbrella. I'll tell you that right now.
They just sent a bunch of cars with a bunch of weirdos in it because apparently they have personal locators on us that they can just Google us.
Yeah. No, I thought that like my foot's been itching and it looked like there was like a tiny little square shaped lump in it. Pretty sure they injected that into my foot.
Yeah.
I don't know when they did it. I assume they broke into my house while I was asleep because these guys knew exactly where to get me.
Yeah. The Umbrella SWAT team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have a SWAT team.
We have a military.
Yeah.
We have nukes.
Before we nuked the city, apparently we were authorized to use live ammunition on the citizens.
No, we just sort of decided that, I think.
Well, our army guys said we have authorized the use of live ammunition. That's what I'm wondering is who authorized it. Did the government? Is the government? All right. The same reason about the nukes. What is our relationship to the government? I'm starting to think we are the government.
I feel like we might be.
Okay.
I mean, they still covered up the nuke as a reactor meltdown, even though even though those fucking jokers leaked a video that showed zombies.
Yeah, I got that NDA about.
I don't know how they blew over that, man.
Yeah.
But it seems like they just kind of do whatever.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when your boss looks like vampire Nazis. Like every boss.
Man,
did you catch your boss? One. Was your boss doing like karate and shit and like gun stuff?
Mm-hmm. Because he was dressed head to toe like the Matrix.
Yeah,
and wearing sunglasses indoors.
He's very hands-on.
I don't know what the fuck is up with that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. They all look like that. They all got blonde hair. They dress like they're from the Matrix, and they all can fight, apparently.
I couldn't tell you if my boss's name was Alex or Albert. It was something like that.
Mm-hmm. No, who can say?
Dressed like a goddamn Cenobite.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the company culture is here.
It's like different at every echelon.
Like the other day, my previous job is I had to make like goth DJ outfits, but like ogre sized. And I don't know why. Yeah.
My team was making Frankenstein boots.
Yeah. Like these big. I think I made like a butcher's apron, but leather. But gigantic.
But cool.
Is this?
It's the Nemesis, bro.
Yeah. We have an ogre.
We're making clothes for our Cyclops.
I have a question.
Yes. Yeah.
I have a question about the war ogre that we made.
Yeah, the cave troll that we've got running around.
So we built a monster.
Uh-huh. Well, we've built several, but that's
okay. But we tested one.
Yeah, we just let it loose in the city with kind of a non-specific... Like, I was never clear on the parameters of the test.
It seems like a bad way to test something, right? Is just let it loose?
Let it loose in the middle of a citywide panic? Like, that's not really... What kind of battle zones are you prepping this thing for?
I don't know. We had the Alice program, and I heard that they wanted to, like, fight the two, but, like, they didn't... Couldn't you just put them together in a room? You don't have to let them loose in a city. They might not even meet each other in the city.
Right. Couldn't we just rent the Octagon from Dana White?
Right. And, like, what if the ogre suddenly, like, recognizes Alice and, like, has a change of heart? Like, you certainly don't want your CEO, like, right there when it's happening, and you want it controlled in a controlled situation.
Well, I mean, I've heard he was the project director, and apparently he got eaten by 500 zombies.
Yeah, that checks out.
And then his body was vaporized by the nuke that we dropped. So I'm pretty sure that project is closed now.
Okay. Well, yeah, you also don't want to, like if you build an ogre that's built, like, made for war, you don't want to diss it to its face and call it, like, an evolutionary dead end. Like, again, you want to test it in a lab. You don't want to neg it in public.
They should have maybe tried try calling him a piece of shit while he's strapped down to a table or something. See how he reacts.
Figured it out what's going on in the brain. Mm-hmm. Like, they just released it on a city, but I even have a bigger problem with our ogre program, our War Frankensteins.
Mm-hmm. Our Battle Frankensteins.
Yeah.
Battle Franks.
So what is the point of it? We gave it okay.
I don't know, but it costs like $700 million.
Yes, but it's just a big guy,
right? Like, he's just like a pro wrestler.
Yeah, and we made this monster, and then we gave it clothes and, like, a bulletproof vest, then we just gave it guns.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it looked sweet,
right?
But, like, also we could put those guns on, I don't know, an armored truck.
Yeah. Or, like, it's just a person. Like, it doesn't do anything a person can't do. Or, like,
those
5
guns are
people.
pretty heavy, but yeah, that's true.
You could put it on a truck. But what's the point of making a monster if you have to just give it guns?
I don't get it. Yeah, it's no part of that presentation made any sense to me. And then when he's like, and then we're going to have it fight Alice. That really baffled me for a number of reasons. One, they have them fight hand to hand, which just seems weird. Like, we're not... Like you mentioned, we gave this ogre guns. Like, we're not sending him out there to punch people.
Right.
So why are they having a punch fight? And also, like, Alice is, like, fighting, like, 4 times under her weight class in that thing.
Yeah.
So what's that?
What's the point of that?
Like, he's gonna hit her once and her neck's gonna break.
Right. Well, he did have a weird flaw where she would run at him and he would, like, wait for her to get up to him before, like, and then, like, hand to hand, even when he was, like, holding a gun.
Yeah,
that would happen. Also, we didn't give it any, like, technology. Like, like when it fires at its subject, and it, like, say you run down a laundry chute or a trash chute, and it fires a rocket down, and then it just doesn't see the person. It just concludes they're dead, which is weird because that means it just has a person eye.
Right, it
doesn't scan for heat. It can't do anything, which makes me wonder, like, it just aims like a person would.
And it also seems to have, like, a goldfish's concept of object permanence.
Yeah, well, it also has one eye, right?
Yeah, he's our little Cyclops.
Yeah, so that's it for depth perception.
Cyclops.
Like, there's no depth perception there. It doesn't seem like a good quality for, like, a super soldier that has to fire guns. It's a weird thing we created. Again, everything he does, I'm pretty sure we could just have a person do.
Right. Like, that's, I mean, the only thing it can do that a person can't is get shot a whole bunch, but that's, like, so?
Yeah.
That's just not that big of an advantage.
Just replace it with 10 people. It's too expensive. Like, yeah, give it armor.
Yeah, that thing cost like 3 Star Wars.
Yeah. You could dump it.
Too many Star Wars we spent on that thing.
Yeah. Dump that money into armor. I don't know.
Here's something I don't understand. when they activated Nemesis, he was already in the city in a regular hospital.
Yeah. What were we doing there?
I don't know.
What did we tell the hospital? Okay.
We probably didn't tell him anything. We probably just gave him some Sony Vios and said, "Here, go enjoy the power of the Sony personal computer."
That's true, yeah. Did we have no backup facility besides the Hive?
Not in Raccoon City, I don't think.
We just had to dump our work into a random hospital?
Yeah.
Including a giant monster.
Yeah. We've got to put our special little Cyclops in a regular hospital.
That's so weird of us.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. How? Like, okay, so in the past, 2 days, God, I'm so glad I don't have to look at the fucking financial reports for this. But, in the last 48 hours, we lost an entire research facility. We lost a fucking $700 million ogre. We lost a project lead, and we blew up an entire city with a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, it seems like we're not going to continue as a business after this.
Right? It seems like we're going to get away with it, but even still, I don't see how we recover. Because what are we selling?
What are we selling? Especially now, in the apocalypse.
That was just one city.
Oh, that's true. I'm sure it won't expand to the world.
No, probably not. I mean, I'm sure they have it contained now. We learned, they definitely learned their lesson this time.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why we must. Are you sure we don't own that city? We had sensors up. Have you looked at our have you been in the control room? It has 10 monitors. You can't miss it. Mm-hmm. And we have the T-virus detection. Have you looked at that?
No.
Because we had computers all over. I don't know. I took a look at the screen, and it's first of all, it looks like it looks fake. It looks like, remember when you get CD-ROMs from movies coming out?
Yeah.
It looks like one of those.
Yeah, for all the money we spend on ogres, we sure don't spend a lot on UIs.
No, we don't. We really
don't.
It
looks real bad.
But the Raccoon City remote detection has it's a system. It says it's like a series of computers, and they have a level of infection numbers listed, and the numbers just say level, and then the numbers 1 through 10 in random order. So I don't know how we're detecting anything. We have a 1 through 10 system of our infection science.
Yeah, and I don't know what that translates to. How much worse is a 5? I mean, how much worse is a 6 than a 5? I don't know.
And under connection rate, they just listed optic, not a number of the rate that we're connecting the system. It just seems like maybe our tech support guys. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We either have a bunch of computers around the city detecting the level of infection, I guess in the air, or
I don't know.
Yeah, or our software guys are just fucking with us. They're just taking a lot of money.
I think we really underbid the software contract.
Maybe that's why we're still afloat. Maybe everything we're making is real shoddy. That would explain a lot.
Yeah.
That would explain why we didn't have any testing facilities besides the Hive and a hospital.
Oh, that wasn't even our hospital.
Right. It was Raccoon City's hospital.
We were just squatting our ogre there.
Right. We're just hey, can I put this ogre here real quick?
Yeah.
I guess.
Do you have any ogre rooms in this facility?
Yeah. What's wrong with him? Nah, it's just an ogre.
He's just an ogre.
Just regular ogre
he's fine.
Stuff.
He's doing totally great.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to bounce back from this.
I don't know.
Who are we answering to? We nuked a city.
Said, I just keep talking to a guy who's fucking dressed like he's going out to cosplay as a vampire.
Right. Okay, I get that you can tell the public that a nuclear power plant exploded. I get that you can tell the public that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you fly a plane over a city,
yes,
and fire a nuclear device into the middle of the city, someone's going to see that, right?
Yeah, you'd think they'd be able to detect the radiation.
Yeah, and like if the government's watching, so we must have a deal with the government. We must be doing stuff with the government.
I assume so.
Yeah, we built a wall around Raccoon City for Pete's sake.
We did.
A whole wall.
People were excited about it, though. It was like when they unveiled the fucking smartwatch, the Apple Watch.
Right. Well,
people were
because
jazzed about that
we
wall.
sold it as a wall from the outside. It was like, look, if anything happens, we got the wall.
They sold it as a smart wall.
Yeah, it was a smart wall.
It's a smart wall.
It would tell you like your heart rate and all that jazz.
And the time.
Yeah, just the time scrolling around the city. Only one time. Like there was only one graphic of the time and you had to wait for it to come around. Yeah, it's a very good wall.
I mean, it's a pretty strong wall, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently they didn't think that the wall would be used against them, but like fucking of course it would. Why did they think we did all that construction under the city? These people are idiots.
Yeah, they really let us get away with a lot. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue. Jeez, God, what else? What else happened in these last couple days? You get your lunchbox yet? You get your special lunchbox that opens up in a futuristic way?
No, I didn't. But the guy in the cubicle next to me did, and it looks pretty sweet.
It looks pretty sweet. I guess one guy was like getting them made. He wouldn't explain what they were for, but other people were like, hey, I want one too. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll make more for everybody. He seemed very nervous about, going through the entire process of authorizing it. But at the same time, I mean, our passwords are really shitty, so we don't check much. I think our research and development is kind of a free-for-all.
It very much is. That's why we had a fucking Cyclops program.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, even the boss admitted.
I think they just say yes to every pitch.
I think so, because even the boss admitted, like, right before he got, eaten by, like, all the zombies, he was like, yep, nope, pack it in. This was a mistake.
This was a huge mistake.
But in my opinion, I don't think they gave the Cyclops a chance. They tested it in a whole city that they were going to bomb. Like, what is even the data they're going to get from that?
I don't know. It didn't seem fair to the Cyclops, to tell you that. No.
But like, what are they testing? What are they testing?
I don't know.
It's I know they put out a memo, the boss said, that said ensure all data streams are recorded when we started, but I don't know what that means.
I don't know what data streams he was recording. Yeah.
Yeah, are like seismic activity? Like what
even is that?
What are they doing? Are they tapped into the Cyclops to see how it performs? It apparently is. It's definitely they were going to use it for war because it's programmed not to shoot civilians.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's
maybe
they were going to
drop him in Afghanistan, but I assume, like, I don't know.
How is that better than anything we would?
It's not.
Because we were talking about. Look,
he's going to get hot. He's going to get really hot in any war zone he goes to.
Yeah, you're right.
He's just wearing a big old trench coat.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I get. We talked about this last meeting. I get that, like, okay, we're going to release a virus into our enemies' cities.
Yeah, that's like chemical warfare. That's not super new. I kind of get that. Yeah.
It's not a great idea. But we've designed a giant Cyclops ogre who's dressed in bondage gear.
Yes.
To understand what a war crime is. It understands not to kill civilians.
When do you think they figured out to put that in there? But like between making the 5th and 6th belt they strapped on him?
Yeah, they started with the clothes and they worked their way in. They were like, we should put an ogre in this clothing. All right, what should we make the ogre do? I don't know, war stuff.
They got to the 6th belt and they were like, maybe we should tell the ogre about war crimes.
Yeah. So they told the ogre about war crimes. It's programmed to not kill civilians, even armed civilians, which frankly is better than, the Raccoon City Police. And so it had this programmed in it. That means that it was Umbrella, our company's intention, to use these to keep the peace, like RoboCop?
Yeah.
Where and why?
I don't know where you'd put this goddamn thing.
Would you replace police with them?
Maybe.
Because here's the problem. They're giant ogres.
Right. He's a big old cyclops. He's not... What, are you going to have him do the DARE program at schools?
Yeah. You can see its entire, like, gums and jaw for some reason. It's horrifying. Maybe you could cover it with, like, a dummy flesh with a smiley face. But
yeah. Give him a nice clown mask.
Yeah, a nice clown mask. So it doesn't seem like it'd be used on citizens that we like.
No.
So is it for invading then? Invasion of another country and doing like controlling the population there. And if that's the case, because the whole point is to sell this, right? We're selling it.
I guess. I assume so.
But even if we were doing that, wouldn't people speak up about how fucked up that is?
Boy, I'd hope so. But like, we do all this stuff so far under the table that it's like I feel like management has sort of kind of lost track, like really lost touch with what the reality of what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they all walk around fucking dressed like new wave artists from 1989.
Right.
That's just the office culture that's seeped in at the executive level. So I think they're just so caught up in making these cool monsters that they just like, it's been a long time since anybody's raised a hand during that meeting and asked, "Excuse me, what are we doing?"
Yeah, that checks out. Because
I'm not going to do it. I tell you that much.
No, we've been riding on we clearly are riding on like our past products and a lot of goodwill. Mm-hmm. And I think this transition
we're like Disney in the 80s.
Yeah. And people still have a lot of goodwill towards us. So maybe it was just a very slow transition where like Disney, like the government like bends some rules for us, and suddenly we get a nuke. We're just like, hey, look, we could use a nuke at some point.
I bet you fucking Disney has a nuke. I bet you.
Oh yeah, I mean, if business goes under at Disney, that whole place self-destructs.
Yeah.
If they stop
Predator.
Yeah, exactly. Disney is just like the Predator. And even like right before, like that's when you know it's bad, when the Magic Kingdom starts blasting just
yeah,
and then you know it's all gonna go right there and then. It's right next to the head. Yeah, I mean that's the best I can say about us. We're just so evil. We have we even have satellites. What are we doing with satellites? I mean,
Disney's
I guess
got a satellite. Come on,
that's
man.
a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, and like Tesla has probably the SpaceX and all that. So we clearly went to space at one point. I still don't. I guess it's a paradox because when you wonder why we're doing the things we're doing, well, then we look at our resources and say, well, we have all these resources. That's why we get away with it. We're working with the government. We have nukes. We're clearly we have satellites. But then the question becomes, why? Why are we doing this? And I think you answered it with it's a corporate culture situation.
Yeah.
I think our CEO got into some stuff, started listening to like some typo negative, started watching The Matrix too much, watching Equilibrium, and was just like, you know what,
really into the Equilibrium movie.
Yeah, and was just like, you know what, this is what I want for my company now. All employee uniforms are now just dark, sinister suits, and we're gonna make Cyclopses. And if you have a problem with that, we'll track you down because we put sensors in you. Yeah. And we'll assassinate you. Why not?
They'll probably send the ogre to our house.
Yeah, why not just rescue the guy's kid?
I don't know. It seemed really strange that he was so resistant to that.
Why is our company so blatantly evil? Because like most companies, at least on that level, corporate level, take care of their people. Certainly not at the bottom. Like I get us sending our SWAT in to die. Amazon does it all the time.
Oh yeah.
I get that. especially lately.
I mean, Amazon deployed their SWAT team to
Yes.
try and defend their distribution center in Raccoon City. They got chewed apart in minutes.
That's true. I get a lot of companies, forcing their employees to keep working during some sort of virus or pandemic. That all makes sense. But the higher ups usually are more secure. And Jared Harris, our scientist, he like created this to heal his daughter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he just tested it on her too. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it's ballsy.
That is ballsy. There's a lot of
hubris in this company.
crimes.
A lot of unchecked hubris.
Yeah, I was going to say crimes. We're a crime company. We love doing crimes all the time. Like
we are extremely into crimes.
Yeah, did you pass by that poster of the guy in a full leather bodysuit and a gas mask, and it just said "Do some crimes"?
Yeah,
that's just in our employee lounge.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's right next to the fridge.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I guess that's it for the meeting. I gotta get out of here. I get out of this tent.
We should probably start looking for new apartments.
Yeah.
Because my old one's a crater.
Yeah, same here.
All my stuff is in there.
Yeah, my pets.
Yeah.
All gone.
Yeah,
the pets are still hanging around, but they're all fucked up.
Well,
they're all like together and they're weird. They look like they have like fake skin flapped over them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I hate to break it to you, Dave, but your pets got turned into white hot vapor.
Yeah. Yeah, that was we signed that NDA. That was part of it.
Along with all the photographs of my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, my car! Oh, shit.
It was an umbrella car anyway.
Fuck.
It was probably going to do something really fucking evil eventually.
Yeah, it's probably going to sprout crab legs or something.
Yeah. Or just give you, like a virus.
I just assume everyone's a monster now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, have we considered that we're being owned by vampires?
It's crossed my mind.
Okay. That would explain
everything, actually, yeah.
Yeah, if we're not being owned by vampires, then we're being owned by fucking idiots. But if we're owned by vampires, then bravo. Well, good job, vampire lords. You pay well enough that I will continue to work for you.
You pay well enough that you can fucking just dress like Underworld right in front of my face, and I will never connect those dots.
Yeah, give me one of them blade tattoos so you won't eat me, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, no notes. No notes, vampire boss. All right, I guess that does that conclude the meeting?
I think so. Yeah, I have nothing else on my itinerary.
Okay, well, that's great. Great job, everyone.
Yeah, fuck. I gotta go find an apartment and a car.
Yeah, for now.
And I guess a new family to take pictures of. I don't know. I'll just buy a bunch of frames and leave the photos in them when they come with.
It's funny you bring that up because I think we're starting to replace people with people who look just like them.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I think you just need like a bit of them. You take it up to HR. It's going to take a little while because there's a backlog, but you give them that little smudge of your family, and they'll cook it up. You know, again, if you want it fast, it might be kind of fucked up. So you want to wait. You want to wait. Let them come to you about it. It's going to seem like they forgot about you, but again, they're just really backed up. So. Okay. Just give them some time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give them little bits. I'll give them a little bit.
Yeah, just give them. Yeah.
See if they can grow it into a big bit.
Mm-hmm. And it might try to kill someone at some point. It might suddenly like turn into an assassin, but it's really a roll of the dice. Like sometimes they don't. Sometimes they go their whole life without doing that. You know. Sometimes they do it right away. Sometimes you get them out of the package and they immediately like go off to strangle. Some corporate rivals or something. But it's fine. They all explode inevitably. Eventually they all explode. But how is that different than your other family?
That's true. Yeah, same diff. Diff.
Yep. All right.
It's gonna be weird not seeing the ogre by the snack machine anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was he was kind of an enigma.
Yeah,
he never stayed around for like the team building stuff. I heard he did once, and then he was disinvited.
Yeah, I heard he went to the volleyball game, and then several people never came back to work.
Yeah, it's what happens.
I'm surprised he went. I'm surprised he made the effort.
I mean, yeah, it's a big leap for him,
Literally, I don't think he can jump very high. I don't know what the hell he thought he was doing in a volleyball game.
That's true. Why did we make him that they can't jump very high? What is that?
He's got to wear big Frankenstein boots. I don't know. There is one last note that I had, and it's something crazy that the project manager said. He was talking about how Alice and the Nemesis were like the same thing, which... Okay, man. But he was like, they both have enhanced strength, enhanced dexterity, enhanced speed. And I was like, I immediately wrote that down on my notepad because I was like, Nemesis doesn't have enhanced speed?
Yeah.
The Cyclops?
Here's my thought on that.
Lawnmowers move faster than he does.
He probably does relative to what they created.
Relative to his goddamn size.
Yeah. Like if you gave a hippo fast speed, it would just be slightly faster because it's still like a giant fucking hippo.
Right.
So yeah, I think they had to give him fast speed just for him to keep up.
Right.
With
just for him to be able to move.
Yeah, because he moves
at an acceptable clip.
Yeah, he moves like a excited grandpa.
He moves like the Undertaker.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like if you bend him too far, he'll snap. He is not a flexible.
No.
It's kind of the worst idea for a soldier.
I don't know why we made the Cyclops.
Yeah. Also, you know what? He would be extremely easy to hit from afar too. Mm-hmm. Like snipers, IEDs, all those things he would hit them all. How does he even go through he can't be used tactically at all.
No.
Imagine if we sent him after Osama bin Laden. Osama would see him a mile away and get the fuck out of there because it's an ogre.
Yeah.
They'd hear him stomping around. He'd smash through the walls. It would be so they're not practical for 95% of what the military does. I don't know why we did this.
Yeah, it's just a big money pit. I don't understand. I feel like you and I should come up with a pitch.
Pitch for the company?
Yeah, because it seems like they're just approving everything.
Well, yeah. Well, did you see the other poster in the break room that was just, pitch us whatever, we'll make it. It was just that, and it was a picture of the ogre.
Yeah.
It was just fuck it. We're desperate. We have so much money. We can just throw it at any idea.
We made an ogre with big old tombstone boots.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happening there?
I don't know. We could pitch them a gorilla that's constantly on fire and it hurts.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
not
it just,
happy about being
no, and then it just panics and it rolls around and you throw you throw 20 of those into a war zone, it could cause some problems, Sure, it might cost the same as 10 aircraft carriers to make one of them, but they cause a disruption. I mean, they can be shot by bullets.
That didn't exist before.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's all about the imagination.
Bold.
Mm-hmm. That's all. It's the Willy Wonka of evil corporations.
We sure.
That's
are.
what we live the work for. That's it. It's the ogre Nemesis. He's just the fucking everlasting gobstopper of our company. That's it. That all actually checks out. Now that
that makes. I mean, my supervisor did pretend to be disabled during our first work meeting, and then he did a somersault.
Right. Yeah.
And he was like, "This is the magic of bioengineering." And I was like, "Okay, okay."
All right, I can already see this was a poor choice. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if we find out the CEO is just in a big bright top hat and a cape.
Oh, I kind of hope he is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, that would be great.
They have just you take a boat ride, an indoor boat ride on a river of virus. Of T virus, just floating T virus.
It's just hazy with infection.
Uh-huh.
It makes your eyes water.
Yeah. Someone jumps in, they sing a song about how, don't jump into...
They should have taught the ogre to sing.
They absolutely should have.
Oh,
You could
shit.
clear out a battlefield if that thing just sang. Yeah. And not just sing, like sing good.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Right.
Yeah.
He just fucking launches into like a Sam Smith song.
Oh, yeah. That'd be amazing.
Oh, my God.
Dressed as a fucking
there's our
Silent
pitch.
Hill character.
Yeah, there's our pitch.
There's our pitch. Okay, no notes on the ogre, except it needs to sing.
Yeah, make
worst
him
case scenario.
sing.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we tape a speaker to its fucking, just put an iPod Nano on him and a
Yeah.
speaker, and then that's where we start.
That's him sing with Celine Dion's voice.
Yes, that's our pitch. Is we get one of the ogres, we tape a iPod Nano on it, and we say, "What if this, but without the iPod Nano?"
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Celine Dion's voice would be perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, you already hear it coming a mile away.
I think
Might
that'll
as
take
well.
more. That'll take out more people than the rocket launcher.
Yeah. And then the people who are
fucking
left
run.
still have the rocket launcher. Yeah, if I saw a fucking Cyclops coming at me singing Celine Dion, singing "My Heart Will Go On,"
Yeah.
I'm getting out of there. I don't
sticking
know
around
what.
to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what that is. But I, unsubscribe. Not interested.
Mm-mm.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Gonna report this.
Yeah. Gonna report this to who?
Oh, I don't know. Nobody seems to care.
Nobody cares.
Meeting adjourned. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, meeting adjourned. Good meeting, Tom.
Solid meeting, Dave.
Yeah. Wow, folks. I
And
feel
it's
like
us.
we
We're
learned.
back. Oh my God, it's me and Dave again.
Hi, it was us the whole time.
It was us the whole time. That was the magic of theater.
Yeah, it took me weeks to prepare.
Yeah, you couldn't tell, right? We really just vanished completely into our parts.
I don't know if I'll even come back.
Yeah, I
be
might not
honest.
be able to shake this character. He's become such a part of me.
Yeah. Well, folks, I guess that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's the episode. Tell them
It's a
about the
good
Patreon.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
solid
First of
episode.
all, again, another thanks to Owen Rice for making this happen. It's been very fun. I can't wait to watch more Resident Evils.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty solid.
These movies are there's no stakes here.
Oh, no.
They're
I have
short
nothing
enough.
invested in this.
Yeah, they're short enough. They tend to be entertaining enough. Well, I say that now. Maybe I'll eat those words. So yeah, guys, if you're interested, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We have exclusive podcasts there, like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. We have tiers where you can make us watch movies, or you can produce your own podcast, like what is happening at this very moment.
Indeed.
Yep.
We also have a store at tpublic.com/store/gamefullyunemployed where you can get a whole bunch of stuff, inclling some masks. We just made a new design for a mask.
We sold out the masks.
Oh, we
They're
sold out of
coming-
the masks.
Well, they're
Okay.
coming back. They're going to make some more, and TeePublic has a deal where they donate to something like a thing that I should probably know what it is.
They donate masks to.
They donate real masks. They donate
to medical workers, right, or something.
Yeah, to direct relief. That's what it's called.
Direct relief. Okay.
And so, yeah, we just introduced a new mask that says "Let's Peg" on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's grave.
Yep.
If you don't know why we did that, that's fine.
Yeah, you should be a patron and check out our series "Fox Mulder is a Maniac" if you want to know what that is a reference to.
Yeah. But yeah, check all that out if you feel like it.
Yeah, if you want to.
And I don't know. Enjoy your day. Watch the next Resident Evil. Because what do you have to lose except for your time and self-respect?